just started going by Angelica. I used to go by Angie because when I was little, I didn't understand the value of my name and the value of my culture. And I wanted to share a little bit about that. Since the theme is what it is, I wanted to just come and just give a little insight to one Elgin Latina girl's story. I actually live right across the street at the Art Space Lofts, and I love living downtown Elgin. It's so fun. Well, so when I was little, I grew up in Michigan, and we had a very, very small population of Latinos there. I mean, maybe 3%. And it was not needed to speak Spanish, and my grandparents, when they came from Mexico, they thought they were doing us a favor by having our family only focus on English. So I was not raised speaking Spanish at all. And it just wasn't a thing there. And I moved to Elgin 23 years ago, and I'm like, oh my gosh, all my cousins have been here all this whole time. And they're looking at me like, why do you sound like that? I had somebody say, oye como güera, you sound like a white girl. I'm like, I do. And I sound like a sister, because that's who I grew up with too. Well, at that time, I didn't understand, this 23 years ago, I didn't understand even then that it was important. I just knew like, yeah, I'm not gonna really be able to conversate with my people. I know they're my people, but we're just really, yeah. It took me some years of doing work, doing my own healing work, and going on a discovery journey of who I am. And I had realized when I was watching this Rita Moreno document, she was saying that when she was younger, she actually didn't enjoy or she didn't enjoy her culture. And when she said that, it was like this wave came over me of like, oh my God, that was what I felt too, but I just never put it into a sentence because you don't talk about your feelings or your thoughts or anything when you're younger, and not when you're born in 76, and certainly not in my family. And so I just started like going on a deep dive and listening to other people's stories, and I'm like, holy shit. I didn't know that I didn't like being Latina, but it made sense. That's why I didn't want to go by Angelica. I said, call me Angie. It wasn't fun being a Mexican girl because the Mexican families that I knew, the daddy wasn't never home. And when they were, there was beating on somebody. What do I want that for? I have a sibling who's like, I will never date a Hispanic person. And she kept that word. It makes sense now. I didn't understand it then. I was like, Well, as I've gone on my healing journey and discovery journey, I learned that it wasn't the culture itself that was harmful. It was these individual people in my life that were making unhealthy and unsafe choices. But as a kid and as a teenager, even in my 20s, when our brain isn't fully developed until we're 28 or 29, I didn't get that. I thought it was the culture. So I started leaning into it more. Probably the last 5 years, to be honest. I wouldn't have worn a shirt like this. Had too much color on it. All black and white and gray, honey. That's what I wore. Didn't wear colored lipstick because that's too bold. Never, ever would have worn red shoes. But now I understand that if my bright colors or I actually have, Axel here is the main one who knows me, I actually have a big personality. If my bright shoes or my bright lips or my big personality makes you uncomfortable, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to work that out within yourself. Because I'm actually a very considerate, loving, kind of person. I'm just going to be in my own skin now. And I'm going to be a part of my cultura. And I'm going to learn the language. And I'm trying really hard. And I meet people and they just start flowing. And I'm like, perdóname, estoy tratando. I'm sorry, I'm trying. I don't talk perfect. But I want to communicate with you. And they laugh and they're kind and we connect. And now I'm like, I gotta change my social media accounts because I go by Elevate Life with Angie because I'm a life coach. I focus on emotional health, communication, and relationships. And I've been trying to grow my name under Elevate Life with Angie, but it's actually Angelica. So the last few months I've been going by Angelica. And so I wanted to sing a song in Spanish that I do know well because I grew up singing Selena songs. That was the one part of being Hispanic and Mexican that was fun and cool, and she just was my queen. I learned how to sing from Selena, literally, with a cassette tape. I would rewind it, and I would just mimic her voice. I would just try to do it over and over. And so I can sing some Selena songs for sure, even though I can't speak perfectly. And I woke up with a little bit of a scratchy throat. So it'll be what it is, but I wanted to come and I wanted to share part of my story because, you know, with music being a huge part of my life and my family, we grew up on everything from Stevie Wonder to James Taylor to, yes, some Selena. And I was debating, do I do another song in English? If I do, what do I do? I want to sing Stevie, I want to sing a Journey song, like what do I sing? So I am going to sing a second song in English. And I'll just share a little bit about that one before I do that one. But I know I've been talking for a few minutes, but I really wanted to share my, just my heart and some of my story and where I'm at as a person, as a woman of color who doesn't have a size 2 body, and I don't have a bunch of little letters behind my name because I ain't got a bunch of college degrees, but damn it, I'm qualified. And so are you. Maybe you do have tons of letters behind your last name, and I'm happy for you. Get that. Do it. It just wasn't my journey, and it didn't need to be. And so I just want to encourage you that whatever is a part of your history that felt hard or painful, and maybe it just didn't feel like it hurt, maybe it genuinely was. I just encourage you to lean into self-discovery, because when we go on that journey genuinely, and we do it through kindness and compassion, it's a really beautiful road. It's hard, but it's worth it. It's hard, but it's worth it. So this song is a love song about a love that never was. A love that was a one-way, a one-sided love. And I think we can relate to that. Most of us can relate to that on some level. So, yes, thank you so much.